guys, welcome to the Go Getter Tribe. Today we are talking about how I started my subscription box and my journey with that. I'm just going to kind of share my subscription box story. So guys, huge welcome to this channel. So today we are talking about subscription boxes and how I started my journey with my box. Some of you who have been around for a while may know I have a subscription box called the Journal Junk Box, which came out of its sister company, DG Journals Co., which is my stationery shop. I have been wanting guys to start this subscription business for probably like 4 years. Okay, so actually mentally and spiritually, this thing was 4 years in the making. The reason why I didn't start it is because I just didn't think that anybody would want my idea, which I think is a common reason why a lot of entrepreneurs don't kind of rely on their inner voice about things. Maybe you have like a hunch or something like that this particular thing is going to work for you, but you don't go into it because you don't think that anybody will want your idea. Well guys, that was me. Years ago, I really wanted to provide a box with journaling materials because I love to journal. I think that it is so therapeutic and it's such a good way to express yourself, okay? And so I decided that I wanted to create a box where everyday people like you and me can journal, express ourselves, and have something special like that sacred place for ourselves or that sacred space for ourselves every single month. I just thought no one wanted to journal. I didn't know anyone that was close to me, like any of my other friends that were talking about journaling. None of my clients at the time were really talking about journaling. So it really wasn't big, especially not in my communities. So I didn't think that anybody would want it. So let's fast forward a little bit. Right before the pandemic hit, I decided to go ahead and come forward with a subscription box idea, but the idea wasn't sticking to my original idea. The idea was going to be a box called the Boutique Biz Box. It was a box that I was going to put out, guys, and that was going to be for other business owners who owned online stores or boutiques who wanted to test out products from different suppliers. Because one of the biggest problems that online retailers run into is not being able to find suppliers for their boxes or for their stores. So what I was going to do was, since I'm really great at sourcing products and building relationships with suppliers, I was going to build the relationships for them, put the samples into the boxes so that online sellers had a way to sample these products every single month. So I don't know whether or not that idea would have worked or not. If you'd like to run with it, feel free to run with it. But the pandemic kind of actually came, kind of sounds crazy, but it sort of came to my rescue with this business idea, because with the pandemic, a lot of the brands that I was going to partner with for this box backed out at the last minute, and I really couldn't get anybody. It was just too crazy. The pandemic had just hit. I couldn't get any brands to partner with me to put their items in the box. So from there, I pivoted. And the way that I pivoted was I already had started creating journals for some of my coaching clients. And it was one of my coaching clients who said, and they would call me Coach D. Coach D, wow, this journal is really good. Like, how come you haven't put it out there, try to sell it, haven't ran any ads to it, done anything with it? Like, you need to take yourself seriously. And I still wasn't taking myself seriously because I was thinking nobody's going to want this journal. Like, it's just something I created. And isn't that something that we do? Like, we just look at our creations and say, oh, it's nothing. It's just something I created. It's not a big deal. Well, I took her advice and I started to run ads to the journal, and everybody started to get really excited about the journal. People really loved the journal. I felt like the journal was pretty basic, but from there, I launched a whole brand behind that journal. I started adding pens, I started adding other journals and stickers and other kind of stationery products, and it just kind of became a whole movement. And once I launched it, I discovered that there was a whole passionate community of people, actually multiple communities of people who absolutely love journaling, who love office supplies, who love planning, who love that kind of stuff. And I really finally got up the faith to launch my box idea. After 4 years, I finally launched my box idea. So I have some other videos on my channel, guys, if you want to know more about like some of the business steps that I took, or some of the business steps that you need to take to launch your box business. But basically, it was just like a hunch. So sometimes you get like a inner feeling that this is the right thing. And surprisingly, some of the most successful business owners in the world have started their businesses off of sort of like that little inner feeling that they felt nudging them to do it, nudging them forward. So that's literally how I got it started. Just to tell you a little bit about it, I pretty much did the research for all of my products that I wanted in the box. I already had plenty of relationships with suppliers. The first step was pretty much to stage my box so that people could see what they would be getting by getting all the products here that were going to go inside of the box. And then once I did that, I took pictures. I started building my waiting list for my launch date. I planned my launch date, had my budget and everything all planned out. And then I opened the cart and launched the box, and it's just been on and popping ever since. So if you guys are interested in more information about starting your own, I do have a course for subscription boxes. I'll be sure to link that below, but this is pretty much my journey. If there's anything else specifically you would like for me to share about it, please definitely drop me some comments below and let me know, and I'll be sure to share that on the channel. So thanks guys for listening in. Don't forget that whatever you put your hands to shall prosper if you believe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. All right, go getters, have a magnificent day.